What up, besties? Welcome to The Real Her, the unfiltered podcast for ambitious, funny women who want it all. Real relationships, real success, and a real life they actually love. I'm your host, Christina Fusco, real estate investor, entrepreneur, and your new hype woman in life, love, and business. Each week, we're flipping the script on traditional business podcasts and focusing on the women behind the business. We're here to laugh, we're here to cry, and most importantly, we're here to dominate together. So go ahead, pour that favorite beverage, let your hair down, and let's get ready to unlock the real her. What up, besties? Welcome back to the Real Her podcast. This episode is part 2 of the series with Shelby Sinclair. If you have not listened to part 1, stop this episode right now and go back. From survival mode to CEO with Shelby Sinclair. Part 1 was freaking incredible. I loved all the text messages from you guys being like, oh my God, what the hell? What a cliffhanger. My mom literally texted me, oh no, sad face, I am heartbroken. What happens to Shelby in part 2? I absolutely love that, you guys. Shelby has the most incredible story, and that is why we did not want to skip a moment, hence us doing a part 1 and part 2. So again, if you have not listened to part 1, go back, watch the last episode from survival mode to CEO with Shelby Sinclair. For those of you who did listen, get ready, get your popcorn, get your favorite beverage. It is time to hear the rest of this story. Part 2 with Shelby Sinclair coming out now. Let's get it, besties. Anyone listening to this needs to understand how many lives you've lived and how much you've gone through at such a young age. 27 years old. Again, you've built your dream business. You've secured the dream man.
I was getting offers to be on podcasts. I was having articles written about me. But that really helped me to reflect on how quickly we could change our life. How we can go from being in the depths of despair to holy crap, I'm building something really amazing. So then we get married in February of the next year, find out I'm pregnant, and then in July of 2019, my husband unexpectedly passes away, and I'm 6 months pregnant.
I just got the chills.
And so I'm there. I vividly still remember the moment that the EMTs come out of the house and we're so sorry. We've done everything we can. We cannot get him back. He's gone. I laughed.
Wow.
That was my response. I laughed. I looked at him and I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now. And now the EMT thinks that I'm gone cuckoo. So he takes me and he sits me down on a gurney thing that they had out there. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, if you just knew, if you just knew what it took for me to get here to have that man, you would understand why I'm laughing right now. This is not a funny situation, but I'm just trying to take in that this is the reality that I'm experiencing. And he was like, but you're okay.
He probably still thinks about you.
I know, probably.
He thinks about that day. He's like, remember that crazy lady
that
who
crazy
was
little
laughing?
But then, so I'm sitting there for a minute and I'm like, okay. This really just happened. But the crazy thing is that I was at this point so deeply connected to my intuition that I actually knew that it was going to happen.
Oh my.
The night before, I reached out to a client I had who she was is an incredible psychic. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I'm just getting this vision, this feeling, this thought that something's going to happen to him. Can you just pull in? I feel like I'm just too close to the situation. Can you lean in and see what you can feel? And she was like, I see his grandpa and he just keeps showing me a gold clock, like a stopwatch. And she was like, have you ever heard of a family heirloom that's a gold watch? And I'm like, no. I said, I'll ask his mom tomorrow. I'll figure out what that is. Then the next day, it's a Saturday, he wakes up. He usually doesn't work on Saturdays, but he wakes up and he's like, I'm going to go into work for a little bit. I'm like, whoa, why? Why are you going into work? There's no need for you to go into work.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want to go. We really need to finish this project that we're working on. I'm only going to work a few hours and I'll be back. And I just knew. When he left, I said, make wise choices in what you choose to put in your body today. Just think about it. Like, that just came out.
And you had no idea why you... I mean, again, you were feeling these ways, but it just literally something told you to tell him
Yeah, it was
that.
just that in that moment, just like that's what needed to come out and come through. And when he got home, I could tell that something was off, that something was wrong. And I kept asking, did you take anything today? Like, did you take anything? It's fine if you did, but I need you to tell me because I can feel that something is wrong and I think that we should go to the hospital. He kept saying, no, I didn't do anything. I didn't take anything. Like, I'm just really tired, waking up early, working all day. I'm like, but something doesn't feel right here. Like, you don't look right. Something isn't right. And I was like, I'm going to take a shower. And when I get out, if you still look like this, we're going to the hospital. And so I get up and I'm going to walk out the door and I look back and I was like, please just tell me. I'm not going to be mad. Yeah. Did you take anything or do anything today? And he's like, no. And it was like, I can feel your soul leaving your body right now. Please tell me. And he was like, I promise I didn't do anything. I would never leave you and Skylar. I said, I'm going to take a quick shower. I'll be back. I literally wasn't like, I didn't do like a whole shower. I just wanted to rinse off and then take him to the hospital. When I got out of the shower, he was gone.
Oh my God.
And so like...
Like I said, sorry. Clammy. Oh.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So it was like, intuitively I knew. I could feel it coming, but I couldn't necessarily understand in that moment what was going on, which is why the reaction happened that it did, because it was like, my mind is like, oh my God, I knew this was happening. Now it's like going through all the situation. Could I have saved him? Could I have helped him? Should I just have called 911 instead of trusting that nothing was going on?
Right.
And I replayed that for years.
I bet.
Years in my mind. Like, could I have? But then just having to come back to that knowing that we all enter onto this planet with our soul's journey to begin with. And there was a reason as to why he was saying no so many times and everything's okay. Because one of our first dates that we had a conversation around death. And he was like, I'm not afraid to die. I know I'm going to die young. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Interesting.
Don't be crazy sauce. Like, why would you talk about that?
Who says that?
Yeah, like I don't want to die. I'm trying to find how to become an actual vampire. Like, I legitimately want to live forever.
I love that you said that because I feel the same way. Like, I don't know if it was just growing up in like the Twilights and those, seasons, but I'm like, I want to be a vampire and I want to live forever.
Yeah.
So the fact that he said that to you on a first date.
Yeah, I was like, that's so
like,
crazy.
Are you trauma dumping? What's happening here?
I know, like, what is that? What is going on? But it was so, I just, over then the years of going through now, okay, I'm 6 months pregnant. I know in 3 months I'm about to have a baby. I need to figure out what life now looks like as a single mom running my business, going through this grief and healing journey. And there was so many times throughout that where it was just, Mama's got to lock herself in the bathroom and just scream and cry because I don't understand here and now why this is meant to be the next iteration of my life.
Right. You're like, I was served like a few different hard things.
Like, we loved our life.
We can stop.
Everything was so good. Like, it was all working in my favor. Everything was happening that I had dreamed of happening. And now here I am back in this situation. And I had to choose whether to, in that state of darkness, to stay and remain in that darkness and let the grief consume me and let it be the thing that moves me through life, or choose to find the light in that.
Yeah.
And so I chose to find the light. I chose to look for what is the best outcome that could come out of this. Well, I have half of him here with me in life forever.
Wow. Yeah.
And he taught me what it's like to actually be loved. So I know that I will never find myself in a situation that makes me question if it's real love or not. And now I've gone through this experience of grief. And guess what? Now I know how to hold people, hold my clients, help people move through that in their life. And that's what I chose to look at that situation as.
I'm like getting emotional. It's like I've heard this like story so many times, but it's just I seriously am so proud of you, and just the way that you, because grief will consume you. Life can consume you at every chance it gets.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so true that those are the defining moments in life where we do really have the most power we've ever had in our life.
Mm-hmm.
We don't realize it always, but like we can either succumb to it and let it define us and let it take us, or we can let it push us and fuel us into so many bigger, better things than we could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And again, like you're always going to be so sad about these situations. You're never gonna be like grateful that this thing happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always something we can do with it to turn it into something better and greater.
Yeah.
And like I really am just sitting here as your friend. I'm just like so proud of you. Like
Thanks, girl.
I can't get over. I'm like, I have the coolest friends ever. And like there's so many badass people in my life. Again, this is why I said in the beginning, I feel like I'm just with this celebrity, because it's just so crazy to see how far one human can be pushed and how you will just continually come back better and better and better in this life.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like life is such an experience.
Crazy.
And ultimately we get to choose and define how we feel about it and how we choose to move through it and how we choose to use those experiences to help inspire and motivate other people to find their greatness and to find what makes them happy and light up inside.
100%.
Like we truly have such a gift to be on this planet. And I think that too many of us take it for granted that we get to wake up each day and we get to breathe the breath of life into our lungs, and that we get to choose how the day plays out, because it's so easy to open a phone and compare somebody else's success to what you don't have today. Mm-hmm. But none of us know everybody's story of what they've gone through to get to where they are. And so instead of looking at people from that aspect, that lens of comparison of, oh, they did it, I could never, oh, I have all of this going on and my life is so hard because of all of this. How can you transition all of that into a state of gratitude for the fact that you're living and you're breathing and you get to be in control of what happens next?
Absolutely. Like, I think, again, like you said, it's like once you realize how much control you actually do have over your life, that's when things change. Mm-hmm. When you realize that no person, no circumstance, nothing, no environment that you were born into, what you really do have that power to change. And it just starts with, again, that awareness, that deciding, literally just deciding, like, this ain't it. Like, this is not how I want to be. This is not how I want to run. And like you said, reframing that into a place of gratitude. I mean, it just opens up your world to experience so much joy, you know, that I think that a lot of us are missing. Or like you said, just choosing to bury ourselves in our phones or with different vices instead of being able to go on that journey.
Yeah, like there's so much to be grateful for. Living in the essence of joy is the greatest thing that you could give yourself. Like on the way over here, me just like in my car, like fully expressed, jamming out to the music. And every time somebody comes up and they're staring at me and I'm like, hey, like, come on, let's go. Party. Like, how can we, how can we just elicit joy in every situation around us? Because that one person that you might hit, it could completely change their life. There's a saying of, you have to take a chance to make a choice for anything to change. And that became my driving factor. Like, I've got to take a chance. I've got to make the choice, because that's how things are going to change for me.
Right.
And it's worked out every time.
Every time. And you've trusted your intuition to guide you to that place. Yeah. So how has taking that grief and turning it into gratitude and you know, turning that lemons into lemonade, like, let's hear that part of the story. Yeah.
It wasn't, I would definitely say it wasn't an easy time. Right. Because trying to figure out now what life looks like as a new mom going through this, making the choice to choose to look at things differently, but also knowing that I still need to heal. So I pulled back a bit on the work I was doing. I let some of my private clients go. I was focusing in on my group containers, but the money dwindled down. And now I found myself, here I am in this situation. I have a newborn, I'm healing, and now I'm barely making it by. There was moments where it was like, okay, am I going to put gas in the car to get somewhere today? Or am I going to go get some more food to put in the fridge? And like really having to choose because things had hit rock bottom.
Right.
Like, if there's anything to take away from this, I don't care how young you are, get life insurance, because it's not there for you. It's there to protect your family and help them when that time comes. Because if we had life insurance at that time, there would have been a little bit of space and cushion for me to be like, okay, I can take some time to sit back and heal and really work on myself, not having to do it simultaneously while continuing to build the business and build the brand.
Right. And again, having a daughter, having a brand new newborn baby that also needs a lot.
Exactly. A lot. I mean, it was now, 2 years into business, and basically I'm going through an entire rebrand of figuring out how to continue growing. And so this iteration of my brand truly was built with her on my lap. She was there for all calls. She was there with a bottle in her mouth. Anywhere I would go, she went with me. I didn't have a lot of help, so she was with me 24/7. And we just made it work, but it was hard. Now, there was a moment in time where I had to get on EBT. And the thing about all of this is that my closest friends didn't know. They thought that everything was great and I was fine. And my family didn't know how much I was struggling, because I didn't want to sink back into that place where people had to feel bad for me.
Right.
I wanted to be like, I can figure this out. But it sucked. And so that's why when people come and they're like, my business isn't making money, I'm struggling, I'm like, girl, I get it.
Right.
I know.
Been there.
And I know that we can get you through this and we can get you out of this. Because in that moment is what really then created the architecture for my business moving forward. It's like, okay, I have a baby. I want to spend as much time with her as I humanly possibly can, but I also want to make a shit ton of money.
Right.
Like, I don't want to live a mediocre life.
Right.
I don't want to have to choose between gas or food. I don't want to have to check my bank account every time I want to buy something. I don't want this kind of life for myself.
Yeah.
And so I then had to really look at what I was doing and say, okay, it's time to rein back some of the things that I had ingrained because the coaching world and what I saw happening was what I should be doing, and really lean into, okay, Shelby, you know your energy, you know how you work, you know where you're potent. How can you really create and encompass your business around that? And so I went all in on my signature program. Like, that was the space that I was getting people into, and built that to a 6-figure revenue just with one course, one program, because I knew if that was making me the money, then I could build everything else around that.
Of course.
And so I did that. I simplified. I just really, really went in on, hey, I'm going to help you build your business, build your brand, and make it so good that you don't have to worry about anything else. And then I watched as women's lives and businesses transformed. I'm like, oh, it's happening. It's working. And then again, now I am in a group of friends that I went to high school with, and I'm reconnecting with somebody else I went to high school with. And, we had like a flirty little thing going on. When Sky was around 1.5 years, I was finally like, okay, I'm ready to date. Like, I'm ready to have somebody in my life. Yeah. And so me and him, we're flirting, we're hanging out, and he was like, ugh, like, I just want to be single forever. I don't want a relationship. I want no commitment. I'm like, good. Like, that's cool. Like,
noted,
great.
check, goodbye.
Yeah, like that. We don't have to be anything more than what we are.
Right.
And I started going out on dates, and I would like post my little date outfits, and he was clearly paying attention.
Yeah.
And he reached out and he was like, hey, I don't want you to go on dates with anybody else.
Oh.
Like, huh?
You're like, that's interesting for somebody who doesn't want commitment.
Yeah. I'm like,
tell me more about that.
What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? He was like, I don't want random guys in Sky's life. He was like, I want to be that person.
Wow.
I want to come in and protect you and take care of you guys. And there really was that moment of like, sir, do you know what you just said not too long ago?
Right. You're like, this is what we call like a complete 180.
Yeah. Like, what happened here?
Do we need to go back to that? Okay. Yeah. I'm listening. I'm curious.
Like, my ears are open, but I'm not certain in this.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, no, like, I don't want anybody else. Like, let me show you. I'm like, okay. And so, we had to go through our own growth period of, him really coming to terms with realizing and recognizing the person that he actually wanted to be, because there was a really big part of it being his own just trauma response of being afraid of getting hurt or getting in a situation that didn't work out. Understandable. And I think the reason why things happened with us the way that they did was because here I was so firm and grounded in my own knowing and certainty. Absolutely. I knew what I wanted. I laid all the cards out and I wasn't going to accept anything less. And so it was either you say yes to being and becoming this person, or we walk away and we get to just be friends.
Right. like I've been through enough that I know where I'm going and I'm headed. So it's like you're coming or you're not. Exactly.
Like I don't need to be here guessing if anything is going to happen or work out. And because he had said, I never imagined myself getting married. I don't want any other kids. Yeah. And there was all of these points and parts of him saying the opposite of what I was desiring. And so I just kept making that clear. And like, you are not stuck in this. Like, we're not in deep. If this isn't for you, if it's too much, we can part ways. Right. And I always allowed that to be a thing. Yeah. Because I knew that there would come a point where I wanted to get married again. I knew I wanted more kids. Right. And because of not having that pressure, it allowed him to choose for himself what he really wanted. Right. And ultimately it came down to he wanted a life. He wanted a family. Yeah. He was just afraid.
Yeah. You provided that safe space that you had made for yourself. Yeah. And so like you said, that gave him the ability to be like, no, this is what I actually do want, versus just being kind of forced into it, or the woman's like, put the ring on the finger, I'm out. You're like, no, I literally don't need the ring. I don't need it. I don't need any of this. So you actually get to choose if you're here or not.
Yeah, like we don't have to do this.
Not you like mentoring a man
into marriage.
But like, you know what? Hey, that's amazing, because a lot of men wouldn't even know what to do with that and probably wouldn't do it. And it seems like he obviously took that and ran with it and showed up for you and showed up for Sky and did the things that he needed to do to become that person.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Totally.
You go, man.
Yeah. And his family, when everything finally came out, we started being around the family, they were like, we don't know what you did to him. Yeah. I don't know what you did to him, because we thought that he was just going to be a lonely single guy for his entire life. Like, we were worried about him. His mom was worried about him. Be a grandma. And I always tell him, like, I did nothing. Yeah. I literally did nothing. Right, you didn't force allowed him the space to become the person that he actually wanted to be. Right. And I supported him in whatever that needed to look like for him. But I stood in my own authority of knowing what I wanted, and I wasn't going to change the plan for that.
Yeah, and I want to make that like super clear. It's like you were standing in your place of power and you were giving someone the chance to choose. You were not begging, you were not telling him, this is what I need, this is who you need to be. It was more, this is who I am, this is what I deserve, this is what I've built for myself. Again, you can come and add value to that, but I'm not going to like actually mentor you, and I'm not going to, partner, not project, and I think that's amazing, and I want to make sure that it's clearly distincted that we were not begging, we were not asking, we were not telling.
No.
It was simply being.
Yeah. We can call that quite literally the complete evolution of a manifestation. Because when it came to that point of being ready to date, I wrote out in a journal everything that I wanted in a future partner. Who they would be, how they would show up, what they would do for themselves. And I wrote it down, and I embodied that knowing and that feeling within me of what it was that I wanted in a future partner. And he chose to become that version all on his own without me ever saying, well, I have this, and this, and you haven't checked that box yet, and so you need to work on that.
Let me reference the journal 1 second. Oh, not on the list.
Nope, that's a no. Like, so it's just, again, we get to choose. If we recognize and realize that the power, the energy that we evoke and we hold within us, other people will lock in on.
Yes. Be the energy you want to attract.
Yes.
Be the energy you want to attract. I hear so many people, this is what I want, this is what I want. But I'm like, but you're not any of that. How can you expect that person? They're a mirror, you know? Like, if you're not, again, you want someone who's fit and healthy, but you're not fit and healthy. How can that be a deal breaker to you? You know, it's like you were literally everything, the embodiment. And that's what allowed him to naturally step into that as well, and to be the person that you manifested.
Yeah. Literally manifested.
I like that. You're like, got her.
Got it.
No, I love that.
But no, it's so true. Like, we can't expect what we won't be. You said the mirror, right? Our partner truly becomes a mirror. Our business is also the mirror. So if things aren't going well in business, if the money's not coming in, if the clients aren't coming in, we shouldn't be looking through our business with a fine-tooth comb. We should go look at the reflection in the mirror.
It's so true. I absolutely love that you just said that. Say that one more time. One more time for the people in the back.
If your business is not making money, if you're not getting the clients, if things are not happening in the way that you want, instead of taking that fine-tooth comb to try and figure out what's wrong, go look in the mirror. Because it's likely not in your business. It's with you, how you're showing up, what you're reflecting to the world, how you're speaking and talking about your business, and the beliefs that you have in yourself that you could be successful. Like, it's there. You go look in the mirror, and guess what your brain will do? It will send you 10,000 limiting beliefs and reasons as to why things aren't working out. And at the end of the day, everything points back to you.
You and your energies and your beliefs. Whoa. I could like sit in that because I'm just like, you're so right. I just love the mind embodiment and how important that is to business. Because again, I don't think enough people take that into consideration and take it seriously. Yeah. Like you said, immediately when things go wrong, it's this email only got 3 clicks and this post only got 5 likes. And it's like, is that really the problem? Does that really matter? No, it's probably what you feel about your business and what, again, you're embodying and putting out there. I literally could sit in this like forever because it's just such a good thought.
It is. It's so important to lean in and recognize that. So many of my clients come and they're like, like, can you just look at the sales page because it's not converting? It's getting so many clicks and it's just not converting and people aren't buying. What's going on? And I'm like, girl, it's not the sales page. Like, can we go in and tweak a little things and make it flow a little better? 100%. We can do that. We'll do that. But we've got to focus on what's going on with you right now. Yeah. I had a client recently who was going through this and she was like, I don't understand. I'm going viral on Instagram with literally every one of my posts. And she is. We finally locked her into how she is meant to post and show up on social media, and her shit pops off every time. And I'm like, but there was that piece and part. All these people are seeing it. All these people are commenting. Why aren't the people buying? And so we had to go in and really get clear on who she was seeing herself as the business owner, as the leader, as the CEO. Who are you? How do you see yourself? And she was stuck in the trying to fix it, find the problem. It's not working. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And really her higher self, her 7-figure business owner self was like, girl, I want you to travel. I want you to enjoy being a mom because she's a new mom. I want you to believe and trust that you are giving the world exactly what you're meant to, and that what you've already built is more than enough, and that the people are going to buy, but you need to start living your life more. She booked a trip the next weekend and she has not yet missed her sales goal each week since we did that shift within her. It's us. It's us. We are the block. We are the kink. We're the ones that stop the things from happening.
And that's business, that's life, that's relationship. Like that message can resonate with anyone, anywhere.
Anything, yeah.
Most of the time when you're having the block, it is you.
Yeah.
But the awareness is the first step because,
Yes.
again, you have the power to change it.
Yeah.
Just like you continued to change your life, to start over, to pivot, to take each hard thing that was being thrown at you and turning it into your fuel, turning it into this beautiful life that you've created now with not one, but two babies.
Yes.
And a dream husband.
Yeah.
Who put the most beautiful ring on your finger, put the most beautiful life into existence for you. And it's like the third time was the charm.
Yeah.
But the thing that was consistent was you.
Yeah.
And the way you continued to show up in this world and the way that you continued to emulate the joy. Yeah. And now you're getting absolutely everything you deserve.
Literally. I thought that, life the second time around was everything I wanted. Life the third time around is quite literally the complete, just like overall everything I ever dreamed of. How good it feels to go home. How good it feels to be in my home with my kids. How good it feels for my husband to walk through the door. How much I love being able to sit at the table and cook dinner and be able to homeschool my kids and run a business and support incredible women and work less and make so much more. Like, it was the dream. And here it is now.
It's like, it just gets me fired up every single time I hear your story and every single time I think about all that you're doing, because again, it's just like life is hard, but we have the chance to take control and pivot. And it's like, I love what you just said, like working less and making more. Anyone out there can do it. The single moms, the moms who are stay at home and not single, right? Like the fact that you get to be so in your feminine energy and be a wife, right? And cook dinner and do these things. But you get to also be that badass masculine energy who's bringing in the dough and like not afraid to ask for it either. I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful gift. And just, I think that's the goal for everyone. And again, whatever that means to them and whatever that looks like, it's just, you're such an inspiration in seeing what's possible.
Thank you.
And that anything is possible.
Truly, truly. And I also want to allow us to start to disconnect from that feeling like it has to remain hard.
Yeah.
Because it's hard in the moment that it comes, and while we might be moving through it, but we actually get to shift into an easy place. Was it hard going through everything that I have? Absolutely. But my God, I've been able to now lean into this space where my life is full of ease and joy and fun and freedom. Why? Because I looked at the right things, and we need to stop looking at the wrong things. Stop looking at what everybody else has that we don't. Look at all of that as the evidence that if somebody else has something that you want, that just means that it's possible for you too.
Yes. That's literally the biggest mindset shift I've had in this past year. I think I used to, living in California, you see these gorgeous beachside houses and you're like, no one seems to work. You go to like a lunch spot at 1 p.m.
How is everybody here?
And I'm like, well, I guess I'm technically here too, but I have a job. Okay. I'm just here on a little lunch break. But it's like, you stare at them and you think like, how could this be possible? And what did they do? And it can be really defeating, I think, really quickly. But then once you do step back and you realize, wait, no, they're actually just showing me that whatever they did, I could do, right? Someone made it possible for me to now go step in and find out what that could look like for me. And I like that you said it this way too, where it's like, it's just not a blanket blueprint. If you try to build a business that's not meant for you, and again, it's only serving people and not your soul, it's like that stuff is never going to work. That's why, again, it's so important to come back to you and the centering in yourself to build your dream life, because it has to be your dream, not someone else's. Oh my gosh, Shelby, thank you for your time. Any final words or thoughts or advice for the world before, again, we wrap up and bring you back for way more wisdom as we go on?
I just think if you're in this moment in time where you're really questioning and doubting if life can get better, give yourself a moment to actually ground in and ask yourself what you really want, because we don't actually ask ourselves that enough. We're just in the motion of moving through life. We have a thought of something that we want, but we never really ground into it.
That's true.
And so get clear on that first and foremost. What do you want your life, your business to look like? And then go look in that reflection in the mirror and ask yourself if you're being that person today. And if you're not, give yourself a high five in that mirror and make the choice to change it. Like, girl, we out of here.
I see you. I got you.
Yes. Like, okay, it's go time. And just choose to start making those small shifts. Look at the circle of influence around you, what needs to change. Look at the thoughts that you have the moment that you wake up and as you go throughout your day, and you'll start to pick up on cues of how you are creating your life and the circumstances just by way of your thinking.
I love it. I love it. Everyone, go look in the mirror right now. Give yourself the high five and make a different choice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shelby.
Thank you.
This is like, I can't believe we're sitting here. Again, you've just been the biggest role model for me. And I'm just so thankful to continue to watch you evolve and continue to have someone to look to and to be like, yes, she's doing it actively. So of course I can. It's like, we're so lucky to have so many powerful women in our circle. And I just appreciate you taking the time to be here and allow us into such an uncomfortable journey, but one that does have the redemption arc, and now seeing you build your beautiful life. And I can't wait to dive into that deeper with you on future times.
Yes.
Before I officially let you go, where can we find you? Because like, I already am thinking, I know some people listen to this and I'm like, you need to go see Shelby. I'm like, I need to go see Shelby more than I already do, So where can we find you, girl?
Yes. Come hang out with me on Instagram at the Shelby Sinclair. If you listen to this, I would love for you to send me a DM. Like, share with me. What is your takeaway? What are you choosing to change in your life, in your business moving forward? And if you want to see ways that you can work with me and come play in my world, go to shelbysinclair.com. I would love to support you on this journey.
You're literally the best. And I'm like, please CC me on the DM.
Yes.
Or just send me if you get screenshots. I would love to know too, because seriously, like, that's what this is all about, is just me being a sit back and watching amazing people like you just do your thing, and other people getting the chance to access you. So,
but girl, let's not shoot ourselves in the foot, because look at what you have built.
Of course.
You are the one building and creating
you.
this vehicle. Like, I am proud of you. And I appreciate you trusting me with this baby that you are birthing to come and share my story.
I don't think there's anyone else I could lean on to build this, if I'm being honest, like being a part of your group and your energy. I mean, I feel like, I was in your orbit for a long time and I loved being there, but there was something that didn't feel right about fully leaning in, So, I was always like dipping my toes. I'm on the side. I want to be a little more woo woo. But like, it was because the business I had it felt like a different realm, and it didn't even feel like it was coming into my world. And now that I'm stepping into this project in a true, like, this is me being vulnerable and visible, it's like, I can't imagine working with anyone else to help me foster that and to help me grow that business, because you embody the alignment that I've been searching for. And now that I'm here and stepping into this, like, yeah, I literally can't picture not having a better soul journey guide than you, So thank
happy.
You. Yeah,
so
you are the reason we're sitting here today too. So it's just like, I can't wait to keep going on this journey having you by my side.
So beautiful.
Thanks, girl.
Life is only getting started.
Life is so good, and it's only getting started. Well, Shelby, thank you again for coming on the Real Her podcast. We can't wait to have you back. Everyone go find her immediately and DM her. But seriously, thank you so much. This was a blast.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Love you, girl. Thank you. Hey, besties. I want to close out this show by saying thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you loved this episode as much as I did. If you did, please do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe, and share the episode with a friend. That way we can keep growing this movement and reach even more Real Her besties. And for your daily dose of laughs, mindset, and behind the scenes chaos, come hang out with me on Instagram at Christina_Fusco. That's Christina with a K _Fusco. All right, my ladies, until next time, keep it real, keep it fun, and keep becoming her. XOXO, your biggest hype woman.